Hello everybody and welcome to a new series that we're going to be doing. This series is going to be covering World of Tanks. It is a game. I don't know if you know about it, but I know about it, and I hope you know about it because that's probably why you clicked on the video, or you just wanted to check out all our other great videos. And if you haven't already, go smash that like button and hit the subscribe button down below, and please, as always, leave a comment and go check out all our other videos. Now with that being said, I want to get right into this video. And this video is going to be covering the do's and don'ts of World of Tanks. Now there's so many across the board that I can cover. The list goes on and on and on. But I'm just going to be covering really the ones that I see happen most often by players. Now, not saying that I don't do them myself, but I do see them a lot of the time. Now World of Tanks is going to be your game where you can play with a team and play strategically like that. Or you can go off and try to be lone wolf. Now, there are tanks that will let you be the lone wolf, and there are tanks that are better played off when you have a team. Now, some tanks are preference, some tanks aren't. Now, the tank that I'm running with right now is probably one of those tanks that I would recommend using if you have other players to help support you. You know, it's a heavy tank, so it's going to be slow, so if you're caught with your pants down, which you're going to see in a little bit, is what happened to me. And, yeah, that's just not good. So, one thing you want to note is heavy tanks, they are slow. They are, you know, some are pretty fast. I'm pretty sure there are a few fast ones, but not like light tank fast. This one is just one of the slower ones. It's my second heavy tank. And, yeah. So, probably the don't is what you see what I'm doing, because I'm the slower tank. I should have waited and let all the faster tanks by, but no, I stood there, and so it blocked all those tanks behind me. Now, I don't know if he was following me, but I'm pretty sure he was trying to follow and just glide or whatever. Now, I see enemies to my right. That right there is a big don't. Don't just run out of cover and shoot like wild. Okay, I wasted one bullet. Now, one bullet could, you know, really wouldn't matter if I missed it. But if it's a premium round, those fucking bullets cost so goddamn much. Now, I don't have them because they cost a hell of a lot of gold. I don't have pretty much any gold. So, that's not something you want to do. You definitely want to conserve ammo in this, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to really do the damage you need to do. Along with all the... You're definitely going to want to try to stay with your team. So if you see, for instance, all your team going to the left side, yeah, you're going to probably want to stay near them, but if you do, then it leaves your entire right side. So, you know, preference there. Personally, I could go either way, depending on what tank I am in, though. If I'm in a tank that's weak, that I can't really do anything on my own, then I'm going to stay with the pack. But if I'm like in a light tank that kind of can handle himself, get away, and do okay damage, then I'm going to go off and try to go around and hit him from behind, just to spot them all and help the team. But that's just me. I don't know if you want to do that. Again, everything I'm saying here is preference, because a lot of it's not fact-based. Most games nowadays, some are fact-based, some are preference. Now, personally, I find World of Tanks more of a preference game, because you can go with a lot of different tanks that can do a lot of the same jobs. Now, some tanks do have crazy amounts of armor and crazy amounts of damage that can handle themselves extremely well. One big don't that I love, sarcastically love, and see happen all the time, is when you go in to shoot an enemy, and you weaken him, and you shoot him again, and then you're just like, oh, I just need like 0.2 more seconds to reload. And your buddy, well, quote buddy, someone on your team comes up, shoots him, and steals your kill. Now, sometimes I've had it where, okay, they come around the hill, so they didn't see the health, you know, they just want to kill him. But other times I see them where they get there before me, they let me shoot at them twice, and then they go in for the kill, so they get the extra credits. Now, personally, I don't like those type of people, because it's honestly, I mean, if you want the kill, ask, okay? But if you're just gonna rush up and let other people shoot at them and then you go in and take the kill from them, that's kind of bullshit. So please don't do that if you're out there doing that kind of stuff, because that is just not something a lot of people like seeing. Another thing I find that I see players making the big mistake of is they'll get in front of another tank, they'll stop, and they'll be shooting, and then another tank will come up behind them. So you could say, oh, the front tank's in fault for not moving, but you can also say the back tank's in fault for also not moving, because if the back tank can't move, the front tank's gonna end up being shot and die. So then the back tank made the front tank die. But if the front tank doesn't move, but the back tank's being shot at, you know, so you can look at it from both sides of, oh, if he doesn't move, I die, but if we stay here, kind of deal. But if you're staying up next to each other side by side, you're kind of both peeking around the corner, shooting, kind of alternating, you can make that work. But otherwise, it is not something you're going to want to try to do. Now, as you can see right now, I'm running with a tank destroyer, and I love this thing. It is a tier 2 or 3, I'm pretty sure it's a 3. It's a tier 3 tank destroyer, and it wrecks havoc, okay? It is not a tank that you're going to want to be on the other end of, because it can fuck shit up. Now, I'm not sure if they nerfed it recently, I haven't looked at the recent patch notes, but all I know is it is a tank at a low tier that has a lot of damage. You can pretty much wipe out an entire enemy team if you end up in a low tier match. If you end up in one of the higher tier matches, tier 3, tier 4, you're not going to be doing as much damage as if you were in a tier 2, tier 1 kind of match. So you got to be aware of that and take note. Now, the map we are playing on is a big field. Now, as you see, you just saw that tank move across the field. Now, if you were playing on this map in a higher tier, you're not going to want to do that. For the simple fact, most players in the higher tiers are skilled. They know where the weak points are on the tanks. Now, those are the commander hatches, the barrel of the gun, the back of the tank, the tracks, pretty much any hatch. Those are weak points. You can easily penetrate through those. Those are easy hits in the higher tiers. Down here, really no one has the stability to hit them, but there are some people who do get lucky, so you are going to want to compensate for that. So keep that in mind. Don't run across the field. If you know there are enemies, don't run across the field. But if your team has already pushed pretty far on both sides, then any enemies in the middle are probably going to end up being trapped. So do that at your own risk. Now, another thing that I find players do, this is a good thing, is notice how the tank destroyer in front of me went up ahead, and he's holding his own. That's a good thing. Now, I'm going up there to reinforce him, because a lot of the time, now this is a don't, this is kind of a do and a don't, I see no players come up behind me to help, Everybody will try to sit back and defend the base. But in this match, we've already taken 3 of their tanks out, they've taken 2. Now, what this tank right here is doing, he sees that I'm being shot at, so he's going to try to ram me. So I back up to decrease the damage. Now, a lot of players don't do that, so then they'll ram you, kill themselves, or possibly include and kill you. Now, this dude is trying to sit, same tank as me, is sitting up there. Now, one thing he doesn't realize is he missed his shot. Luckily, I had mine, so I was able to kill him. Now, we are definitely winning a lot more. Now, okay, so I got been seen, so I'm going to head over to their flag. This is a great place to get kills, especially in low tier matches, because the higher tiers, players rarely go AFK. Whereas back here, they like to sit because it's a low tier match, it doesn't really matter. Now, you might get lucky and find someone AFK like this, but it turns out he wasn't. I don't know what was going on, but he wasn't shooting at me. His barrel was right at me. I don't know if he was switching rounds or batteries or what, but he clearly doesn't know how to operate that type of tank, because he was just such an easy kill. Now, there's an artillery or an arty, for those who want proper terminology. Now, artillery are such easy kills, because if you have a lightweight tank or a light tank, same thing. You can rush back into the back of the base and kill all the enemy's artillery and easily get a lot of kills and a fair bit of XP and credits. Now, there is a tank destroyer in the back. That's what I was talking about earlier. Well, now, with all of these do's and don'ts, and we end up killing that tank destroyer in the back of the match. So with all this being said, thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and share it. Don't spam it on Reddit. Thanks for watching.